AITA for telling my wife I'm done with her emergency calls and leaving her stranded? I, 32M, have been married to my wife, Kate, 29F, for 4 years now. We also have a beautiful 3-year-old son, Jack, who's honestly the light of my life. I work full-time as a project manager in the construction industry, which means my days are pretty hectic. There's always a deadline, always a problem to fix. It's exhausting, but fulfilling in its own way. I try to balance my job with being a hands-on dad. I take care of diaper duty, bedtime stories, morning routines, helping him with meals, all of it. Here's the thing with Kate. She's smart, sweet, and when we first met, she was a total breath of fresh air. But as time's gone on, I've noticed that she's prone to stress, like a lot of stress. And for the past couple of years, it feels like I have become her 24/7 rescue squad. Every single week, there's a crisis. And when I say crisis, I mean stuff that's really just small bumps in the road, but she makes them into major disasters. Example? The other week, she calls me while I'm in the middle of a meeting to tell me she got a flat tire. That's fine. Things happen, right? But instead of just calling roadside assistance or handling it, she wants me to drop everything, leave work, and come help her out. Another time, she locked herself out of the house and called me 5 times in a row while I was at a job site. When I finally picked up, she was nearly crying, acting like this was some life-or-death situation, when really, she could have just called a locksmith or waited for me to get home. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that things can be stressful, and I want to be there for her. But it's been happening all the time. Forgot her wallet while shopping? I get a panic call. Her favorite oat milk is out of stock? I'll get 5 texts about it like it's the end of the world. It's gotten to the point where I can't even relax or focus at work because I'm bracing for the next emergency. I've had multiple conversations with her about it, trying to gently explain that these aren't real emergencies and that she needs to figure some things out on her own, but nothing changes. 2 days ago was the final straw. I had a crazy day planned at work, but my son had been fussy all night, and it turns out he had an ear infection. So I'm already exhausted, trying to balance work and taking him to the doctor. While I'm sitting in the pediatrician's office with Jack crying in my arms, Kate calls me in full-blown panic mode because she locked herself out of her car. She's standing in front of a Target that's literally 5 minutes from our house. She's losing it on the phone, saying she's stranded and doesn't know what to do. I tell her calmly, I can't leave. I've got Jack with me, and I'm at the doctor's office. You'll need to call someone to help or figure it out. She starts arguing with me, saying she didn't bring enough cash with her, and the thought of calling a locksmith would be too expensive. At this point, my patience is shot. I tell her, look, you'll have to handle this one. I can't drop everything right now. Just call someone, and I'll deal with it later. She keeps pushing, but I stay firm, telling her I couldn't come and she needed to sort it out. Then I hang up the phone. When I get home later, the mood in the house is, let's just say, frosty. Kate is furious with me. Apparently, she ended up calling a guy who charged her $150 to pop the lock on her car, and she's acting like this is somehow my fault. She's going on and on about how I should have come to help, how she didn't think to grab her wallet, and how unfair it was for me to leave her stranded. And this is where I snapped. I told her, point blank, I'm done rescuing you from things you can easily handle. You need to stop acting like every little problem is a disaster, and you need to start figuring things out on your own. It was the truth. I wasn't yelling, I wasn't angry, but I was firm. And now, she's barely speaking to me. She's been sulking around the house, giving me the cold shoulder, acting like I'm some kind of villain for not rushing to her aid this time. The vibe in the house has been horrible, and every little interaction feels like it's wrapped in silent resentment. My brother, who I confided in, thinks I was too harsh and that I should have been more understanding. But my mom, who's more old school, said I was absolutely right to set boundaries. She pointed out that it's important for both partners in a marriage to be capable and independent, and she thinks I've been too accommodating for too long. Still, I feel guilty. Did I handle this the wrong way? Should I have just gone and helped her again? Or is this a sign that something deeper is wrong? I'm torn between feeling like I need to stand my ground for my own sanity and feeling like I might have let her down. Honestly, I'm just drained from the constant emotional roller coaster and need some outside perspective. AITA for telling my wife I'm done with her emergency calls and leaving her stranded this time?